This is KVUE News at 5.
From gadgets to groceries, online retail giant Amazon is buying Whole Foods. What the sale could mean for the Austin-based company.
A push for equality from fathers. The obstacles they want removed for fathers post-separation or divorce.
Working to defend against online attacks. The training taking place right here in Texas to get the next generation of cyber defenders ready for action. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Rush.
And I'm Quita Culpepper. Terry Kruka has the night off.
The retail giant Amazon now entering a whole new world.
It announced today it's buying Austin-based Whole Foods for more than $13 billion. KVUE's Amber Downing joins us live outside of Northwest Austin Whole Foods. Amber?
Well, Quita, Mike, Whole Foods employees heard about the news in a staff meeting this morning about the same time we did, that Amazon is buying Austin-based Whole Food niche market grocery store, Whole Foods.
Whole Foods grew up here in Austin with a small store along Shoal Creek that flooded. Over less than 40 years, it grew to more than 400 stores. Amazon announced it's buying Whole Foods for $13.7 billion on Friday, with headquarters remaining in Austin.
I think this is really great for Austin in terms of, having one of the most important, if not the most important company in the world make such a huge investment in a company that's, at the heart of our community.
Kyle Bunch is managing director of strategy at RGA, a company that's done technology marketing for Whole Foods. He says Amazon probably won't change too much about Austin's beloved Whole Foods.
Well, I think you can look at companies that Amazon's acquired in the past, like Zappos, where they really work to preserve the culture of that company. That was a big part of what they were acquiring, and I think anybody who would look at Whole Foods would recognize that that culture is a big part of what the brand is and why consumers love it so much. And I don't think Amazon's going to devalue their investment by tearing that down.
Mike Berman with the Austin Chamber of Commerce says it's great to hear that Whole Foods, an iconic homegrown company, will remain an integral part of our community. While this move will hopefully result in more opportunities for Austin, we can't be complacent. To help Austin remain an attractive job generator, we need to stay focused on recruiting, new headquarter companies, building venture capital, and helping small businesses grow. A brand built in Austin and still growing.
All right, so at 6, we look at why Amazon wants to get in the grocery business in the first place. Live in Northwest Austin, Amber Downing, KVUE News.
The first Whole Foods market opened in 1980 after two smaller natural food stores merged. The company began expanding outside of Austin in 1984, starting in Houston and Dallas and then on to New Orleans. It continued expanding in the 1990s by acquiring other natural food chains around the country. In 2002, the company ventured into Canada, and in 2004, it entered the United Kingdom.
All right, if you've been outside today, you know just how hot it really is out there. I think we actually got close to triple-digit highs today. Meteorologist Lene Meyer has a look at what we're tracking. Hi, Lene.
In Quita, we're seeing some of the warmest temperatures of the day right now. So again, you step outside, you're right, you feel every little bit of it. In fact, take a look at some of these temperatures. No 100-degree temperatures on our map just yet. 98 right now in Austin, 97 in Bastrop, we're at 95 in Thorndale. In Fredericksburg, low 90s, but lots of sunshine. Now, when you step outside, even though the temperatures aren't technically in the triple digits, they sure feel like it. That heat index rather high once again today, and it's going to be that way as we head through the weekend. So no big changes as far as the heat, but I am tracking what looks like it could be our first triple-digit heat day. We're going to talk about when we could see that. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay. Thanks, Lene. Well, a push for father equality. That's what families rallied for at the Capitol's South Steps today. This comes after House Bill 453 failed to receive a public hearing in the last session. KVUE's Nicole Rosales joins us from the newsroom to explain the obstacles some fathers face post-separation or divorce.
Well, right now there are about a handful of states that are looking into requirements to split equal child time for parents, but Texas isn't one of them. That's why dozens joined today to talk about their personal stories of struggle in family courts and what needs to be done to change the mentality of those who run the system.
Never give up. Just keep fighting. That's all.
These fathers wear an invisible suit of armor, battling in the courts for equal time with their children after divorce.
We can teach our children to stand up for what you believe in and what's right.
Friday, dozens of fathers and mothers met at the Capitol steps, rallying after the failure of House Bill 453, a bill that would automatically give parents 50-50 custody rather than offering the mother full responsibility. Traditionally speaking,
I was told by the judge there is no reason to deviate from the expanded standard possession order, and I really think that's just because the option wasn't laid out in the law.
While Taryn Champagne plays a major role in the health and well-being of his 3-year-old son, what's missing is valuable time with him.
How do you explain to a 3-year-old child that he's not allowed to see you more often because somebody outside the family decided it that way?
It's $1 billion industry, and they're not willing to let go of their cash cow.
Ted Vincent is in the same boat. He moved from Minnesota to Texas to be closer to his daughter.
Texas likes to believe that it's leading the nation in all kinds of different things. Why it's so difficult to lead the nation in such a bill that's so simple.
Vincent says what needs to change is the value system.
The dad was the breadwinner and the mom was stay at home, raise the kid. That's a value system that has clearly changed. With as many laws as we have as inclusion now, our children are the last group to be included.
Now, of course, these situations are done case by case. There are always going to be exceptions. Opponents say the bill wasn't specific enough and would just fast-track judges to sign off on cases that may not have been in the best interest of the child. In the newsroom, Nicole Rosales, KVUE News.
Nicole, thank you. President Donald Trump unleashed on Twitter about the Russia investigation, once again calling it a witch hunt. But as ABC's Lena Zach reports, the tweet also confirms some information about the probe.
President Trump is railing against the independent investigation amid reports that his actions are being reviewed for possible obstruction of justice. The president tweeting, "I am being investigated for firing the FBI director by the man who told me to fire the FBI director. Witch hunt." Those tweets seem to confirm that the president is among the people under investigation by special counsel Bob Mueller, who was appointed by the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. In a memo to the president, Rosenstein raised concerns over former Director James Comey's performance, but it's Mueller, not Rosenstein, who is heading the investigation. But ABC News has learned that Rosenstein has started to discuss recusing himself from the investigation, which would make him the third person to recuse himself from the probe. And while the president may be commenting on Twitter, he was mum when asked for clarification as he traveled to Miami today. The White House appears to be pedaling back from the president's tweet, saying that it does not confirm that he is under investigation, but otherwise his tweets speak for themselves. Also, Vice President Pence has decided to hire private lawyers to respond to any inquiries from the special counsel, but he brushed it off as routine.
It's very routine.
There is no indication at all that Pence is part of this investigation. ABC News has also confirmed one more person retaining legal representation in the Russia probe, the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
The Washington Post reports that there is another member of the Trump administration who may be under investigation. Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and special advisor. Kushner's lawyers say that he will provide any information he knows about Russian-related matters. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Today, President Donald Trump announced changes to the Obama-era Cuba policy. During a speech in Miami, the president announced the U.S. will not lift sanctions on Cuba until it releases all political prisoners and respects the Cuban people's right to freedom of assembly and expression. Trump is also calling for the legalization of all political parties and internationally supervised elections.
Congressman Steve Scalise remains in critical condition this evening at a hospital near the Capitol after undergoing his third surgery yesterday. Doctors say his condition is improving. He was shot while practicing for the annual congressional charity baseball game. The game went on as planned last night. The Democrats won 11-2. After being presented the winning trophy, Democrats handed it off to the Republicans and asked that it be given to Representative Scalise. Scalise was among 5 people wounded when a shooter opened fire.